So, welcome to third part of the life process respiration chapter 10 of class 7 subject science. So, continuing the topic with respiratory system in human being. So, as already discussed before that respiration is a two-step process. First step is called as a external respiration, that is called as a breathing, means inhalation of the air with the oxygen and exhalation of the air with the carbon dioxide. So mainly this process is done by the respiratory organs, which will be discussed in further section of human being. And in second step, internal respiration also called as a cellular respiration, which occurs in every cell of the body. And in this process, the actual process what will occur is oxidation of the glucose and formation or release of the carbon dioxide and water along with the amount of energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, that is called as a ATP. The overall chemical reaction designated as glucose, that is C6H12O6, oxidation by 6 molecule of oxygen produce carbon dioxide of 6 molecule of carbon dioxide and 6 molecule of water along with some amount of energy, which is ultimately stored in that particular organism cell in the form of ATP or adenosine triphosphate. It is a high active energy molecule which contain high energy bonds. Whenever the bond break, the amount of energy that is consumed in that bond will be released. So this internal respiration, or what are we calling as a cellular respiration, mainly occur in the partially in the cytoplasm of that particular cell and partly in the mitochondria. It is a cell organelle that perform a cellular respiration, and along with the mitochondria some process occurs in the cytoplasm of that particular cell. In further section we will discuss the respiratory organ of human being and how does the external respiration and internal respiration occurs in human being. Now next setting will be the respiratory organ in the human being. So there are various step by step process and respiratory organ present in human being. Collectively they are like this. First one is nose, then from nose to the air goes through pharynx, from pharynx to larynx, then via larynx to trachea, also called as a windpipe, and from trachea to bronchi, then ultimately from bronchi to go air through lungs, and lungs there are small unit present in the lung called as a alveoli. So this is how the airflow occurs in the human respiratory organs. So one by one we will discuss about each and every respiratory organ and their role in the respiratory process. Now starting with the first one is, that is nose. Now starting from the nose, when the air enters in the nose, nose has pair of nostrils, that is the external opening of the respiratory system. So nose contain or has a pair of nostrils. The air pass through the nostrils opens in the nasal cavity. So there is a nasal cavity present inside the nose chamber. Air becomes warm and moist entering the nasal cavity. So the nasal cavity has some kind of hairs and projections that trap the dust particle and other material, and again air becomes warm and moist entering the nasal cavity. So here is the role of the nose and the nasal cavity in the respiratory process. Now when the air passes through nasal cavity, it comes into the pharynx. Now what is the role of the pharynx? We will discuss. Now from nasal cavity the air reaches to the pharynx. So pharynx is a common passage for food and air. So from nasal cavity the air reaches to pharynx. It is a common passage for air and food. Pharynx open into the trachea, and opening is guarded by a flap or a cover or cap like structure is called as a epiglottis. While swallowing, whenever we deglutate the food, the epiglottis cover the trachea so that the food won't go into the windpipe or trachea. The food has to go into the esophagus. So that's why the epiglottis cover the trachea during the swallowing or deglutition process so that the food can't go into the trachea. Now, about trachea, there is a special type of organ present called as a larynx. It is also called as a voice box. So, voice box of human also called as a larynx. So, what is the larynx and what is the role of larynx in the respiratory process? We will discuss. Now, pharynx lead to the larynx, also called as a voice box. It is a rectangular chamber in which the vocal cord is present. So, the vocal cord made up of muscle fiber and they are stretched in that particular chamber, also called as larynx. Now, whenever the air passes through the cord, these cord will vibrate, and by the vibration of these cord, the sound produces. So, mainly how we are able to speak, the actual voice produced inside the larynx with the help of air that is blown out from the lungs. So, whenever we blow out the air from the lungs through the larynx, it causes the vibration of the vocal cord, and that lead to the production of the sound. And by the help of a tongue, cheek and various part of oral cavity, we are able to produce words, letter, and whatever we are saying, that word also produced by the help of these organs. So, larynx also called as a voice box. Now, air now reach up to the trachea. Now, from larynx, air reaches to the trachea, also called as a windpipe. So, windpipe or trachea is a muscular tube which is covered by a C-shaped cartilaginous ring. So, looks like a pipe with the muscle fibers, and these pipes are covered with the C-shaped cartilaginous ring. So, cartilage is a special type of tissue that is present in the human being. It is partially elastic and partially solid. So, cartilage covered the muscular tube with the C-shaped ring to prevent collapse of the trachea. So the cartilaginous ring help to prevent collapsation of the trachea and the continue airflow to maintain while the respiration or breathing. Now, ultimately, trachea leads to the bronchi, and what is the role of the bronchi? We will discuss further. Now, the air from bronchi to reach up to the lungs, and lungs are made up of small units called as a alveoli. So, whenever the air reach alveoli, their gaseous exchange occur only in the alveoli. That part will be discussed in further section. Now, when the air reaches to bronchi, the bronchi are two branches of the trachea. The trachea divides into the two branches called as a bronchi, and each bronchi enters into each side of the lungs. So, human has two lungs, each side a bronchi enters to the lung, each enters to each side of the lung. Now, each branches divide into the smaller branches. After entering the lungs, the bronchi divide into the small further branches. These branches called as the bronchiole, and these bronchiole present inside the lungs. These bronchioles ultimately leads to the formation of the bunch of the alveoli, and the gaseous action ultimately occur in the alveoli. Now, further part we discuss about the alveoli and the lungs. Now, when the air reaches to bronchi, that is ultimately divided into the bronchioles and the lungs. Two lungs in the chest cavity present. So, in human, there is a chest cavity, or also called as a thoracic cavity. In thoracic cavity, there are two lungs present. Each they are spongy in nature. Spongy means it's like a elastic, and left lung and right lung. There are two lungs. So, left lung is two lobed and right lung is three lobed. So, they are divided into the lobes, and the bronchi divided into the bronchioles, and the bronchiole divided into the alveoli. These three ultimately packed inside each lung. That means bronchi enters the lung, divide into the bronchioles, bronchiole ultimately divide into the bunch of alveoli, and these alveoli bronchioles are enclosed inside the lungs. That means packed inside the lungs. That means each lung contains bronchioles. Bronchioles can be classified as primary, secondary, tertiary and terminal bronchioles, and ultimately these bronchioles made the bunch of alveoli, bunch of alveoli, and these alveoli ultimately the site where the gas exchange occur. Now we'll discuss about what is the role of alveoli in respiratory process. Now the role of the alveoli, as discussed before, bronchi, branches, bronchioles, and bronchioles ultimately open into the tiny small air sacs. These air sacs also called as the alveoli. They are balloon-like and very thin walled and has rich in blood supply. That means blood capillaries. This is like a alveoli, and blood capillaries around or surround them, and they are close contact with the blood capillaries, so that whenever the air comes inside the air sac, the air transferred directly into the blood. So alveoli, diffusion of the gases, the actual process of the diffusion of gases occur in the alveolar sac. So from blood, CO2 enters inside the alveoli, and via breathing we intake the air, so the oxygen go out from the alveoli to the blood capillaries. So here is the actual diffusion of the gases occur inside the alveoli. Now in further section I will explain the whole or complete process step by step via the help of diagram. Now, as previous part we discussed the respiratory organs, now the help of a diagram we discuss the whole scenario. So respiratory organs start from the nose. So here's the nose, and nose in nose present pair of nostrils. So the air enters from the nostril, come inside the nasal cavity. Here is the area above the oral cavity and called as a nasal cavity. Now nasal cavity opens in a common chamber called as a pharynx. So here food and air, this common chamber is for food and air. Now from pharynx there are two pipes present. So in front region there is a windpipe called as a trachea, and from back region there is a called as a esophagus or a food pipe. Now the trachea is guarded by a elastic or flexible guard called as the epiglottis. So whenever we swallow the food, the epiglottis cover the trachea so that food can't go inside the trachea. Again, trachea is covered by a rectangular chamber called as a larynx. The larynx also called as a voice box. It has a vocal cord. So whenever the air passes through the larynx, the vocal cord vibrates and produces sound. Now when the trachea goes down into the thoracic cavity or chest cavity, it divides into the branches. These branches called as a bronchi in plural and bronchus in singular. Ultimately these bronchi divide further inside the each lungs and called as a bronchiole. They can be primary, secondary, tertiary and terminal. There are types of bronchioles: primary bronchioles, secondary bronchioles, tertiary bronchioles and ultimately terminal bronchioles. And terminal bronchioles present with the group of alveoli. So right lung is divided into 3 lobes and left lung divided into the 2 lobes. Now here this diagram is here maximize how does the inside of the lung see whenever you see how does it look like. So here the tertiary bronchiole ultimately divide into the terminal bronchioles, and each terminal bronchiole has the group of alveoli or bunch of alveoli. Each alveoli is covered with the blood capillary and supply of the blood. Now here I explain the single alveolar sac or single alveoli. So this is the single alveoli which is lined by a single cell layer, and each alveolar sac or air sac is covered with the blood capillaries, and blood capillary contain red blood cells which are responsible for the for the transportation of the CO2 and carbon dioxide. So air come inside the air sac with the high amount of O2, and this O2 diffuse inside the blood capillary, and through RBC or red blood cell it carried to the blood supply, and those RBC carries the CO2 transfer or diffuses CO2 inside this air sac, and now CO2 go out from this air sac to the external environment. This is how a gaseous exchange process occur in the human respiratory system. Now in further part we discuss about the process of breathing, how does the breathing takes place in human being, and the type of respiratory processes.